I'm so sorry. We're going to start this session in 3 minutes more. So sorry for the person who is waiting for this second session. Only 2 minutes, 3 minutes more, please. Hi, Roberto. Good evening. It's a pleasure that you are here in this second session. Thanks a lot in advance. So sorry, where we are going to wait for 1 minute more, please. I'm so sorry for the noises because I live in an apartment and my neighbors, and most of my neighbors have dogs, as you can see and you can hear. Well, not seeing, excuse me. You can hear the dogs. So sorry. This is the hour that they take a walk to the dogs. So that's why the noise. So please, I'm so sorry also for this. Okay, good evening and welcome to this second session, synchronous session. It's for me a pleasure that you are here in this second session. Well, as you can see, the goal of this week is provide you the information about what about personal item or stuff and share direction to get a place. They are the both goals of this week, as you can see in the training, no, excuse me, in the activity 3 and 4. So as I say, the goals of this week, there are two goals, is that this week is provide you the information about personal items and share directions to get a place. To achieve the apply grammatic that we see during this week. So I'm sure that there are many resources and and a lot of information. But as you can see, the time is very short. But in this week, as you can see, we talk about places in your house and items or stuffs, and you have to describe them, and also you have to tell us where they are, and you have to use the prepositions and adverb of time and adverbs of place. So we are going to check some of your resources. Marco Antonio, hi, how are you? Thanks a lot for stay here. Do you remember, if you saw my last session, I can speak in English and Spanish, excuse me, and sometimes in English. But now and in the other sessions, I am going to talk in English, only English. I will try to I will try to talk in English. Why? Because it's very important and it's fair. Es justo because the facilitators ask you speak in English. And if you and the facilitator don't talk in English, it is unfair. No sería justo que te pidamos a ti que hables en inglés y nosotros como facilitadores hablemos all the session in Spanish. So that's why is required in this session the facilitator talk in English. Okay? So, and because you have to hear and understand the meaning of the instruction also in English. Okay? That's why that is the main reason because I am talking in English. Okay? So, as the other session, as you remember, we start with a review. The review of some topics and also resources and the goals about this week. That is the week 2. I told you that there are a lot of information, I know, and the time is very, very short. But please try to check all your resources. I don't know. I suppose that it's very interesting also to do check all the resources, and also before do your activities 3 and 4, please check your training activities, please, before you do the 2 activities 3 and 4. So firstly, this is a review, and we are going to take a review, a short review, okay? Because the time most of the time I want that you ask me or we clear some topics. So we are going to see the resources as the last week, okay? So sorry. This is the week 2. Okay, this is the week 2. And as you can see, the name of this unit, the unit 2 is Where is My? What is my? And as also I said, the goals of this week is firstly about the information of personal items. Personal items as for example the pillows, in the kitchen, for example, the sandwich and the microwave or the oven and so on. We are going to give instructions and tell where the stuffs or the items are. And the second goal is to give also information to get a place. Okay, in this example is Mexico City, okay, but it's not the activity 4, but it's an example. The name is Where is because we are focused in prepositions of place. So these are your resources. Please check all of them. Where is my the double word? This is a review. Do you remember? Because we saw these topics or these grammatical notions the last week, but we reinforce here. We further work with them. Again, the pronouns, the article, the definite article the or the, and practice exercise possessives. Prepositions, please. These are very, very important, the preposition. Do this exercise, please. And this, another, it's very, very important for the activity 4. This is very, very important that you check this. And then also, we are going to use the there is and there are. Please remember, there is for singular and there are for plural. And do this exercise. In my house there is and are there. The questions. There is singular, are there plural question. And please check these resource adverbs of time. And then do please this practice exercise. Let's cook. We are going to see in advance why. And I beg you that you um, please write down in this learning forum. It's very, very important because we are going to check, we are going to practice the grammatical notions of this week. So please try to work in this learning forum. And then we are going to see the activities. Then activity 3 and 4. But please, before do these activities, try to these training activities 3 and 4. The 3, it's very important for this activity, and the training activity 4 is very important for, well, also for this for the number 3. Okay. And as you know, the social emotional 11, in this case, only you have to do a quiz only. Remember that you read something about the social emotional 11, yes? And then, please, this is very, very important. If the topics or the grammatical notion are not clear, please learn further. Both are very, very important for your activities 3 and 4. So, in this case, this is the resource prepositions. And these are the preposition and examples on, and it's very, very specific on in at, and they are in Spanish also, and there are examples. This is very important for both activities 3 and 4. And this is the tips. I'm going to give you tips. If you know this is very, very important for the activity 4. Turn left, girar a la derecha, perdón, a la izquierda, turn right, a la derecha, go straight ahead, ir directo, caminar directamente, go past, pasándola, y cross, atravesar, ¿sí? So this is a tip. Please try to get this information and you are going to do easily the activity 4. Okay, and this is the question, but you aren't going to do questions. In this case, how can I get to? And you change the place. In this case, to the police station, the library, or the bank. But as you can see, all of them start with this. How can I get to? And this one is for the expressions of time. For example, if you want to talk about in a specific time, you use at. Yes, at 9 o'clock, at midnight, and lunchtime. But if you want to talk about the days of the week or some specific dates, such as Independence Day or December 24th, you use the prepositions on. This is more specific. And at is, el on is for days and some specific days. Specific days. Oh, okay. So, and this is for long periods. For example, the 19th, December, all the month, or all the season, in this case, the summer. They are longer. The periods are longer, or longer periods. This is another resource that you can use. Please, this is This is one. The new city. This is the new city. Please try to do it. Check twice or three times, please, because it's very important for the four activity. This is one. In this resource, you have this and you have to choose. How can I get to the hospital or how can I get to somewhere? And you have to choose the better option. And check your answers, please. And again, it's very important for this activity, the instruction, turn right, turn left, or go straight ahead. And then there is another resource called practice exercise. Let's cook, and it's very important these adverbs of time: first, then, next, finally. For example, here this is a recipe, easy potato recipe, and you have to order this. And this is very important because if you want to talk, to tell a history or tell the steps, decir los pasos, o dar una historia, it's very important to join, unir the history or the order of the recipe with this first, then, next, and finally. You are going to do this in this week and in the other modules. En el otro módulo de modules number 7 and in the next week. Okay, we start with the activities. In this case is the number 3. Be my guest. For example, if you go to a hotel, you are the guest. And the person who invites someone is the host. So in this case, in this activity, we are going to be the host, el anfitrión. Nosotros vamos a ser el anfitrión. Suppose that I have a friend, a foreign friend that lives in USA or England, and you invite him or her to your house. So he speaks only English, and you have to tell him or her the instruction about the stuffs or the items. Okay, you have to know which place is. In this case, is the kitchen, the bathroom, and so on. And you have in this activity is very important, please, that you tell your guests where the stuffs or items are, and also in 3 different ways. Tienen que decirle a su invitado dónde se encuentran localizadas los objetos en 3 formas diferentes. The same stuff, el mismo artículo, el mismo objeto. For example, and you have an example. The question, you don't have to do the questions. The questions are, for example, where is the hamburger? You say firstly, where is the hamburger? In the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the living room, or in the living room, or in the bedroom. Firstly, you have to do this, and then it's very important, please, that you have to write there is or there are. There is, it's for singular. How many hamburgers we are talking about? Only one. So you have right, there is a hamburger, okay? This is very important. And also in this case, we use the preposition on. The second, it's about the hamburger. We keep on with the hamburger, the locator of the hamburger. The next is between, and the next in front of. They are different, the prepositions. The first on, the second between, and the last one in front of. Okay, as I told you, you have to use there is or there are. There is in singular, there are for plural, okay? And And also, well, there are 10 items that you have to tell your friend where they are. And the last part, the number 3, it's about describe your living room. There is an example, and yeah, it's better that you write 3 or 4 lines about there is, and using there is and there are, and about the description of the furnitures, de los muebles, yes, and also the characteristics such as the color, size, and where they are. And at the end of this activity, as you know, always please finish with your audio. Audio, please. And the time is 1 minute and 30 seconds. And here you are going in your audio, you have to tell the question, the 3 answers about the 10 items, and also the description of the living room. Okay, all of this, it must be in your audio. And then we pass with the another activity, number 4. Come to my house. It's the same case. This is your guest. He's from England, and you have to tell him how he can get there. Some places, some specific places, such as the bank, the post office, the pub, and a restaurant. And I have told you, you have to apply the adverbs of time. First, then, next, finally, and prepositions of place. Next to, between, in front of. Please try to apply these adverbs and prepositions. Okay? And as I'll tell you, okay, turn left, turn right, go straight ahead, go past, cross. This is very, very important for this project, this kind of prepositions, because you are going to tell them or her where the hospital or the city hall or the police station is. Okay, please. So if you say turn, if you suppose that you are here and you are in the gym and you want to go to the internet cafe. So the instructions are, okay, you will straight ahead, you are on this and go straight ahead to the on Insurgentes Avenue until North Street. And when you are in the corner, turn right and walk straight ahead. You have to pass a computer store, and then in the next corner, turn left, and you are going to find out you can get it to internet cafe. Yes, this is an example of how of giving instructions or giving directions to someone. That's why I tell you that it's very, very important this the turn right or left or go straight ahead. And this is the map of the activity 3. And before do this activity, I suggest that please do the training activity 4, description. And this is about the furniture. You have to describe about the furniture, the rooms or stuff, and choose the option that matches with the characteristics. These are some examples, and please, it's very, 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 very easy, and it's very, very useful for your both activities. I suggest also to check these resources, the folder. the further exercises because they give you the the topics and also the URL to consult and the specific grammatical notions such as possessive pronouns. There are many the adjectives, the prepositions. There are many exercises. I suggest to do or consult them before you do your activities 3 and 4 because it's very useful and you can practice more. Or it's not necessary that you check all of them. But if, for example, if you don't you aren't sure about the pronouns or or the prepositions, consult them, please. It's very important to check them before do your activities. And well, that's all for this week. And we start with the session of questions and answers. Alright. Okay, Roberto and Marco Antonio, do you have questions? I suppose that yes, because at the beginning I told you that there are many resources, many information, and the time isn't enough. I know, and also we know that you work and you can check all the resources. But with these examples, or what about your activities are, maybe you have a general idea about the goals. So I would like that you tell me about the about question. It's very important. Roberto, Marco, please ask me. Um, okay, I try to talk not fast because it's a little difficult. I know because you don't used to listen English. So um, I try to understand. But if you don't talk to ask me in English, try to in Spanish, no problem. I'm going to give you the information in a easy way. Please tell me in Spanish, no problem. Try to write. If you can, or you don't want to do it in English, try in Spanish, please. Roberto and Marco, please. I would like that most of the students. I would like that they are in this. I would like that they are in this session because I know they have a lot of questions. But it's a pity, but they don't have. I know. I'm sure that they don't have the time. They can't. But surely they are going to check this video in another day, maybe tomorrow or maybe 2 hours more later. But on live, it's very difficult. But please, Marco, try to ask me. Maybe not in English, but try in Spanish if you have questions. The first session I told you if you want the session in Spanish or in English, but it's required our tag as for that the sessions were in English. That's why. So sorry. Fue un requisito de nuestro aseguramiento de calidad y nuestra academia, that we have, que nuestra sesión fuera en inglés. That's why. Es por la razón que lo estoy haciendo de esa manera. So sorry. But it's good. It's good for you and for me. Es bueno esto. But please try to ask me. I know that you have questions. But please, Marco, Robert, please ask your question in Spanish. No problem. Write down in Spanish. What is your problem? The prepositions, the items, the parts of the of the house, the directions, for example, right, turn left, go straight ahead, walk. Tell me, you have questions, because this is the main thing in this session, that you ask us, que ustedes nos pregunten a nosotros, the facilitators. So please try to ask me some question in Spanish. No problem. No problem. Marco, Robert, why not? Why don't decide to write down? ¿Por qué no se deciden, chicos? I know that it's not clear, everything clear in 5 minutes. It's impossible. It's impossible. That's why I have to clear your questions in this place, in these sessions. So please start. What is difficult for you? There is, there are prepositions, articles, definite the articles, or indefinite, or the instructions, or what? What is difficult for you? Please tell me. Tell me. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Please ask me. No problem. It's better that you ask me, that you practice, that you try to ask me. No problem if you do it in Spanish. I know that it's a little difficult to do it in English, so try in English, please. Sé que te cuesta trabajo tratar de comenzar, pero no, sin problema. Try to. All of us, we start like you. We didn't learn in one week as you, or 2 or 1 month. We study for years English, so I understand that you can in this moment, or in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm sure, and you are shying also. I know that. Chicos, nosotros como teachers no aprendimos en un día, ni en 2, ni en una semana como ustedes, no. We have years, tenemos años learning English. And you don't stop learning English or any languages. You have to practice every day. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. So sorry because I start before, but you are on time, Lucy, about the questions. This is the session of questions. Please ask me about one topic or something specific, information about the activities, about the one notions grammatical or topic, or something like that you think that is not clear. So, Lucy, please ask, or Robert. I am waiting for your thoughts. In Spanish, no problem. So, please, Lucy, you are the last. Please ask some questions. If you have questions, I know that you have many. So sorry, I'm taking note about your names because it's very important. Robert, questions? Marco, please. Lucy, don't. I know you are very, very shy. Son muy tímidos. Please ask me in Spanish, no problem. Ask me some questions, because it's important that you do your activities very, very well, and you don't have doubts, because as you know, the last project, you are going to apply these grammatical notions that we saw during the first, second, and third week. So that's important that all of them, or most of them, are clear. So please ask me, Marco, Roberto, because it's very, very important. Lucy, please ask me something about what is difficult for you. I suppose that instructions more than the located of the stuffs or items in your house. The second project, I think that it's a little difficult, but if you support with the resources of the directions that I give you the tips, it's going to be easier. So, um, but I am waiting for the questions. Why don't you want to ask me? Please, please, Robert, Marco, and Lucy, ask me something about your thoughts, about your questions of the grammatical notions. Please, questions. Okay. It's very important that you are here, but the most important it is also important that I give you some tips, because I tell you the mistakes that you have in the or that I have seen in the activities that I checked. But also it's important. The most important thing of this kind of sessions is that you ask me your questions, please. Why don't you want to ask me, Lucy, or Marco, or Robert? Why not? Please ask me something about the activity 3 or the activity 4, the prepositions, the parts of the house, I don't know, the directions. So, no, no questions. Roberto, why don't you want to ask me or Marco? ¿Por qué no me pregunta? I am I am for this. Estoy para eso, for supporting, para apoyarlos. So please, I need that you tell me your questions. Necesito que me digan sus dudas. Si quieren, esta última parte lo hacemos en español, pero díganme, por favor, qué dudas, cuál es la problemática más fuerte para ustedes, qué se les complica. Please ask me. Or tell me, I don't like that your sessions are in English. It's not necessary. Why? Or tell me something. Tell me something about no only good night. No, no, no. It's important your questions, please. It's important that you are here, but most important are your questions. So please, I need them. Necesito que me pregunten. So if you want or if you prefer, you can do it by the platform in the part of messages. You can write down and send me a message by the platform. But please ask me because I received some questions, and also it's very, very important as the other sessions. I invite you to participate in the learning forum. It's very important because we practice all the notions that we saw during the last week and during this week. And if you are there and you practice in this forum, you can do your you can do best or better your activities 3 and 4. I'm sure. I I promise that you are going to do better your activities. Lucy, so do I. También yo, Lucy, but I want. Um, mhm. Okay, yes. Below, abajo debe de aparecerte. Okay, this is very, Lucy, I understand. Talking, it's the most difficult. In my case, not for all the people, but for me it was the most difficult. I understand you. Te entiendo, Lucy, that you don't talk English. This is for, en mi caso fue lo más difícil. About the four skills, hablando de las cuatro habilidades, speaking, reading, writing, and listening, the most difficult for me was speaking. La más difícil fue hablar. Pero, but you have an tool, you have a wonderful tool, tienen una gran herramienta que es precisamente el traductor, de Google Traductor. I don't like for doing the traductions. No me gusta para hacer las traducciones porque no es muy preciso, but the pronunciation. Pero si tú escribes una oración, la que tú quieras, que en este caso te va a servir para for your audios, para tus audios en las actividades. Si lo pones la oración que quieres y le pones la bocinita de speaker, la bocinita y le das clic en la bocinita, it's a perfect pronunciation. That is very good for your audios. Eso es una buena herramienta, una de las mejores herramientas para que tú escuches and then you practice and try to do the same. Y trates de hacer la misma pronunciación. Ya sé que no va a ser muy igual, pero va a ser muy parecida porque tienes, y después también sería bueno que te pudieras grabar, tape your voice, grabarte a ti misma para que in order to listen you, con el propósito de escucharte a ti misma and listen your mistakes, y escuchar los errores que puedas tener about your pronunciation, sobre tu pronunciación, pero es un buen tip para que puedas seguir trabajando en el speaking. Uh-huh. Sí, Lucy, yo te comprendo y créeme que sí, lo sé. Yes, it's a little difficult. And also for the time. Y también por el tiempo que te están dando is very, very short for the information. But try to do it and the fluency comes easier after. Pero la fluidez viene después. Y remember that you have another module, the module 7, and also you have to do your audios again. Okay? Sí, Lucy, I know that the practice is the best. La práctica es lo mejor. If you practice and practice more and more, you can get it. Y si lo practicas día con día, lo puedes conseguir. Uh-huh. This is a tip. Ese es uno de los tips. Or listen music in English, the songs and also the videos, movies, películas, songs, canciones. And this is another tip for get pronunciation. Okay? Bien, about your projects, or excuse me, about your activities or some notion, grammatical notion, sobre algún tema, Lucy, Marco, Robert, please ask me specific questions, preguntas específicas, chicos. ¿Algo más, Lucy? Te agradezco. I appreciate a lot, Lucy. Thanks a lot for telling me what about you, what about your problem, or what is difficult for you. Muchas gracias, Lucy, for sharing your information about what is difficult for you, por compartir. And also, please, again, practice in the learning forum. It's very, very important because you are going to get experience for questions, for answer, and also for give or ask for information, both, ambas, pedir y dar información about the topics that we are seeing and we are practicing during the week. En este foro vemos todo lo que los temas de la semana, and this is why it's very, very important. So, Lucy, do you have questions, or Marco or Robert? Specific questions? Okay, I know that it was very difficult in this case because it was the first session in English, but you are going to use to, te irás acostumbrando. You are going to use to listen the sessions in English, all the sessions in English, okay? So, Robert, Marco, please, if you don't have questions, I have to finish these sessions. And also, I suggest, if you have questions and you are shy, si eres tímido y no quisiste hablar, so I invite you to ask for about information in the forum, by the platform, in the part of messages, please. Bien. Lucy, no questions? Robert? Marco? Okay, if you don't have questions, that's all for today. And I would like to check the the tips that I gave you, and also the most important, most all of the resources are important. Try to check them all, and try to do also the training activities before the activities 3 and 4. Try to do them, because it's very important to do your or you do your best in the activity 3 and 4. So, no questions. So, Roberto, Marco, and Lucy, no more questions. So, I have to finish these sessions, and thanks a lot for stay here and share all your time, mainly your time, um, and also um, and also your experiences during this week. So thanks a lot, specific to Robert, especially for Robert, Marco, and Lucy. And if you don't have questions, I have to go. So no Robert, Marco. This is your last opportunity. Please ask me. No questions. Don't be shy, no sean tímidos, por favor, pregúntenme. Well, so, entonces, chicos, that's all for today. Es todo por el día de hoy. Y I am waiting for you. Espero por ustedes. No, Robert, Marco, why not? Why don't you want to ask me? ¿Por qué no quieren preguntarme, Robert and Marco? Lucy was the last and she write more than you. No problem if you do it in Spanish. Okay, so I hope that you are the next session, that is the week 3. The topics are going to be beautiful. Believe me, they are beautiful, because this is the present tense for the next week. It's going to be very, very nice, because because they are the goal is to talk about our habits and your daily activities. So I hope that you are in the next session. So that's all for today, and see you the next session. That's all for today. See you. Good night, and thanks a lot. I appreciate a lot that you are here in this second session. That's all, and see you soon. See you.